What we've actually got to do in the golf swing is we've got to get tension through the golf shaft. The only way you're going to hit this thing is if we get tension through the shaft, get the energy into the club head, which will then straighten it out. The same thing happens with the GForce Swing Trainer. It's very flexible, but if we get the transition and the release right on impact, we're going to have a really stable golf shaft, lots of tension through it, square, stable club head as well. So you've got to understand a little bit about the physics of the golf swing, this really simple analogy I'm going to give you. But what you need to understand first is the golf shaft. Think of it like a piece of string. So we've got a ball or a weight on the end of a piece of string. Okay, imagine this ball here is the club head, the string is the G-force shaft. The object is to create tension through this string. So to get tension through this string, all I need to do is start to rotate and pull on the string. So there's a force acting in this direction away from the center of rotation. Center of rotation is just between my thumb and finger here. That force acting away from it is centrifugal force. And then the force acting towards the center of rotation, which is me pulling on the string, is centripetal force. Okay, those are the two forces that we use in the golf swing. The same two forces the hammer thrower in field athletics is using as well. Right, so if we can understand how these work, you can have an easy time hitting the golf ball and squaring that club face up. So what releases the golf club? Centrifugal force, the outward force. So when I was twirling that ball around, there was a force acting on the golf ball away from the center of rotation. That was centrifugal force. A lot of physicists won't agree with what I'm talking about because it's a fictitious force. It's non-existent, but I'm just going to use it for the simplicity of this video, and I've covered it before in other videos. So centrifugal force is effectively trying to pull the club out of our hands. It's trying to pull our arms away from our body. It's trying to pull our body over here somewhere, right? Which is what a lot of you are struggling with anyway, because you're not lowering the hips, you're not sitting down to balance out that pulling force, and you're certainly not pulling back in the opposite direction, centripetal force, which is the force that you need to use. You have to pull in the golf swing. We pull from transition down to delivery. As the club head releases through centrifugal force, we pull in the opposite direction, centripetal force. We're pulling the club around our body when we release it, just like the hammer thrower. So you can't push a string, you know, like the G-force shaft, you try and push this thing around. If you're trying to lean the shaft forward, you're trying to manipulate your wrist or something, the shaft's going to be flexing around. You're never going to be able to hit it. The same thing happens with the hinge swing trainer. Okay, if I try and push it from the grip where my hands will be, then you can see that it's just going to hinge back on itself. You're going to miss the ball 6 inches off the floor, right? The only way you're going to get this shaft to straighten out is if you actually pull on the grip. So if I twirl it around like this, I'm pulling on the grip like twirling the ball around, the shaft is staying rigid. So there's never any pushing in the golf swing. Okay, so from the top, we're looking to lower the hips, accelerate the hands, arms and club down to delivery. So I feel like I'm in a squat position. I can feel pressure driving down through my legs, through my feet into the ground. That pressure has come from the shoulders, hands and arms, accelerating down, also from my hips, lowering down as well. And that's really key, so you can get your hips turning properly and more efficiently. I feel like I'm going down and then through. So in transition, really feel like I'm pushing down, accelerating the club down, keeping it close as I swing it around my body. You know, even do a couple where you do it a little bit slower, more deliberate to get to the top. Push down with the hips, accelerate club down, turn, maybe break it down into a few stages. That was better. So to the top. Lower the hips, lower the hands, arms and club to delivery, turn, pull it around. Doing it like that makes a big difference. Appreciate you watching this video. Please comment on it. I'll do my best to get back to you, and I'll catch you for the next video. Thanks for watching.